Sí.
Un saludo especial para la gente hermosa de Canadá.
Muchas gracias.
Desde Cali, Colombia. Allá está haciendo frío, aquí no. A toda la gente beautiful de Canadá. You people, I love you forever. And you're from Colombia. Hey, bye bye.
And the beat is in the air. Colombia, so bring it up tonight. Rhythm is so strong, yeah, and the lights are shining bright. Colombia, come see my love tonight. It's a perfect night for dancing. The ocean breeze is saying, Colombia, that's the light.
Buenas empanadas, damas y caballeros, ¿cómo estás? And welcome to the little town of Gambita in the Department of Santander, Colombia. Now, I've been waiting around for a while for a couple of loud conversations on both sides of me to come to an end, but it doesn't seem like it's going to happen, so gotta get to it. Now, before I show you around, I want to tell you that I had a bit of an interesting time getting here, and I'll tell you about that after I've shown you around the Parque Principal. While it's open, let's have a quick look inside the cathedral. It's very old looking. Very, very old looking. Wood rafters. Find out how old this one is, but it looks like one of the oldest ones that I've been in. We have the obligatory nativity scene here for Christmas, which just passed. Flag that is. It even smells old, to be quite honest with you. Kind of musty. Interesting, they don't have much in the way of stained glass like most cathedrals do down here. The only ones I can see are just the one over there. Interesting. Oh, there's another one over here. But yeah, these are the only two stained glass windows. But this certainly looks like an original church. I know that some churches have had problems because there's a lot of earthquakes in Colombia. And of course, there's been some very powerful ones, like the one in Popayan in particular, pretty much destroyed the town quite a few years ago. So we have in here very dark in here. Maybe you can see this a little bit. Yeah, it looks like it's showing up not too bad in the camera. Kind of a cool spiral staircase. But yeah, it looks old, smells old, and as opposed to the really fancy tiles they had in the cathedral in Barichara, this one's really, really basic. And the tile looks quite worn and weathered. And the pews are certainly nothing fancy. It's not going to take too long to walk through this Parque Principal, but I will say that it is quaint. Got some kids playing soccer over there, or football as they call it down here. There's one of the loud conversations happening over there. But I will say it is fairly clean. Guess the fountain isn't working too well. And I can add that there's the temperature is actually really pleasant here. Much more pleasant than it was in Sand Hill, which was getting pretty toasty every day. 28, 29 degrees every day in Sand Hill, so this is a nice relief. And in fact, the places that I'm going to be going to are going to progressively get cooler and cooler and cooler, because I'm finally going to be checking a bucket list place off for my Colombian bucket list, that is. And should I tell you now? Sure, why not? Going to Parque Nacional Natural El Cucuy. And that place has been on my list for at least 15 years. So that'll be in about 5 more days. From what I've seen so far of Gambita, there seems to be a lot of renovations, like just even down there. This building right here, I think, is being built new. But yeah, there seems to be a ton of renovations going on. So I don't know what that's all about, but I'll show you once I get to the main boulevard. Trust me, it doesn't take too long to walk from one end of the town to the other. Sounds like there's a little creek down there. But yeah, it's actually getting a little cool now that it's clouded all over and raining. I'm already on one edge of the town here, and hopefully you can get a sense of the nice rolling, beautiful green fields over there. Very, very hilly here. Well, I'd actually even use the word mountains. Sometimes it's just hilly, but this is very mountainous. Well, let's go down this way, and then I'll tell you my thrilling story of getting here. Okay, let me start telling you the story. I'll keep the camera pointed this way so you can check out the nice view. So what happened was, the plan was to go from San Gil to Gambita, and check-in at the hotel wasn't until 2 o'clock, so I was in no rush. So I left San Gil at about 9 o'clock-ish. And the way it was supposed to work was that I was to go to the main terminal in San Gil and catch a bus to, I'm forgetting the name already, Vado Real, I think it was. And then I was to catch a colectivo, go in a vehicle, buenas, take a vehicle to Gambita. All sounded pretty simple. So I get my ticket, and I almost immediately hopped on a bus in San Gil. I had to wait 30 minutes, no big deal, with Libertadores, the line Libertadores. And it went to Vado Real. So we're cruising along. Bus driver knew specifically I was going to Vado Real. And then we get to Oiba, and I run in really quickly to use the washroom. And I literally was in and out in 2 minutes. And almost every stop that he made before, he always took more than 2 minutes, but not this time, of course. I come back out, and my bus is gone. And of course, I had my small suitcase in the bus. That's where the Parque Principal is up there. And so that was a little bit concerning. I wasn't that super worried about myself missing the bus, but my little suitcase with my laptop in it, I was a little bit concerned about that. And so I tried as best as I could to find somebody that might be able to help me, and a guy got on his phone right away, and he's trying to call, I guess, the driver. I don't know if he had his number or what, but I'm sure they see the same people day after day. And then he said the driver wasn't answering, I think. But he's gonna get a little noise here. Just stopping in the local grocery store here. Got a few fruits. And I just bought a huge papaya, 2 mangoes, 2 oranges for 5,070, which is not even $2. So, okay, he likes honking his horn, so we'll wait for him to go by. Actually, this is a good opportunity to show you the vehicle that I went in to get here. Colectivo. Buenas. And so basically you crawl in the back. That's what I had to do. And they brought a bunch of supplies and stuff. This is the, sorry, I'll get back to my story in a moment. I think this is the company I'll be using tomorrow. This is some of the different options. And where's my hotel? A little further down. Anyway, where was I? So yeah, I think I stopped off at mentioning that the guy took off without me in Oiba. And then some other guy, a really nice fella, older fella, he got his truck ready right away, and I guess somehow they got in contact with him, because about 5 minutes down the road he was pulled over waiting for me. And then so this guy drove me there really quickly, which is super nice of him. And then I asked the driver, the bus driver, is this Vado Real? And he was a bit of a grumpy guy, and he said yeah. And so I grabbed my little bag out of the back. I'm just gonna go down here because it's quieter. A lot of trucks going by, they're noisy. So I grabbed my small suitcase. I was very glad just to get that. And then the guy that drove me there, I asked him, is this Vado Real? And he goes, no, it's half an hour still further down the road. So in the meantime, this bus driver had taken off. So I don't know what the heck the deal was. But so that my option going with the original bus that I was on was out of the picture. Too late to chase him down. Okay, we got a little creek down here. So I'm thinking, okay, not the end of the world or anything. And then so we go back to the little bus terminal in Oiba. And I was figuring, okay, there'll be another bus to Vado Real, and sure enough, there was one leaving just as we got back, a different bus line. So I hop in that bus, and the new bus takes me to Vado Real, and I get out, and fortunately, I mean, things kind of all worked out fine in the end, because basically what happened was, as soon as I got there, the Colectivo that I just showed you, pretty much it was all ready to go. So if I would have gotten there 10, 15, 20 minutes earlier, I would have been waiting. I wouldn't have got here any sooner if I would have gone on the original bus to Vado Real. And so 5 minutes later, we take off in the Colectivo. He says it's 45 minutes to Gambita, which is fine. And then there is a little child, I'm gonna say a year and a half old maybe, real cute little girl, and she started crying, and she wouldn't stop, and her mom's trying to soothe her. And the next thing I know, she just kept crying and crying. I didn't know why, but I soon found out. Then she started throwing up because she had, obviously, I guess, motion sickness, which happens quite a lot on the curvy roads of Colombia. So anyway, we're all packed into this little Colectivo in the back, and the poor little girl, she's throwing up, so I felt bad for her. But anyhow, we got to Gambita, and now I'm just trying to remember where I'm staying. I think it's down that way by the little Coliseum, which I'll show you in a bit. So that's the exciting story for getting to Gambita. That's the hotel where I'm staying at, right on the corner, with the kind of reddish color. And then I want to show you what's really cool about Colombia. I've pointed out many times that they have these little coliseums for sports. Buenas. And they have a nice roof on them. And it's kind of remarkable that a little town like Gambita, has a facility like this. It's great, actually. I said before, I wish they had more of these in Canada. Not that anybody'd be able to look up from their phone for more than 15 seconds to ever play a sport anymore, but you never know. And then you have another really covered area with a soccer pitch. It stands over there on the left. Kind of bright with the windows there. That's actually unusual. Usually it's all open on the sides here, but that's really cool. Yeah, well, I'm looking for something to talk about. I'll be starting my tour tomorrow at 9 a.m. And as far as I understand, the office is just a couple blocks that way. But yeah, it's just a noisy kids. As I was trying to say, just a normal functioning little town. Buenas. Not quite sure how friendly everybody is yet, whether they're not too thrilled about being in a vlog, but anyhow. Yeah, just normal stores, and we're already coming to basically the other end of the town. Well, they certainly have this old truck jacked up, transport truck. As I mentioned, there's another little fruit and veggie store. Carne. They're doing a lot of construction, sprucing the town up. So, in actuality, because of all this construction and renovations, it kind of makes it look ugly. But once they get all this complete, I'd say if they paint the buildings some nice brighter colors, kind of like Salento, that'd be quite nice. Now this place looks pretty nice. Hotel Campestre. So I'm gonna guess this is one of the nicer hotels. Oh, I wonder if this is the one that... I think this is the hotel I was actually looking at on booking.com. And as nice as it looked, I think they have a pool too. There were some not so favorable reviews. And I don't know how much it was, but people were saying for the price it wasn't worth it. And so, but it does look nice on the outside. See if I can find a view up here. Hola. Yeah, we're on the outskirts already. Seems nice. Sounds like party town down there. Yeah, I think that's all part of the hotel. Noisy. Yeah, I can see the pool down there, so that's it. Can you hear that? Can you hear the thunder in the background there? Half a kilometer past the hotel, I can still hear the loud music. So that would drive me nuts if I was staying in a hotel and I had to listen to loud music like that. I think this is the adventure place, so let's go in and say hello. Buenas. Eso es Gambita Aventura Natural. Bueno.
¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo es tu nombre?
Tomás.
Tomás, ya hemos hablado para mañana la cueva.
Sí.
Ok. Bien, Tomás, sí, señor.
Con moto, ¿sí?
Con moto.
Bueno. ¿Y cuántas horas más o menos?
A mediodía estás acá.
Ok.
A la 1 almorzar. Se finaliza con el almuerzo.
¿Almuerzo es donde? ¿En el pueblo o otro lugar?
Acá en el pueblo.
Ah, ok, bueno.
Es solo cueva, sin rappel. ¿No quieres hacer rappel?
No.
Solo la cueva.
¿Eso?
Sí, diferente.
Ah, ok.
Acá hay muchas cascadas. Estas son las rutas principales, las que yo te envié a tu WhatsApp. ¿Sí?
Ajá.
Y tú escogiste hacer la cueva. ¿Sí?
¿Qué me recomienda? ¿Qué es posible en mediodía?
¿Hacer el mediodía?
Sí, el cañón, esta cascada y una otra.
No, el mediodía solamente esta. Y
Para mañana sí, entiendo. Pero la
el
otro día,
próximo,
sí.
pues un poco más del mediodía realmente.
Ok,
Porque es una caminata hasta el cañón de la Hondura.
Sí, sí.
Entonces, pues la caminata toma un tiempo.
Ok.
Unas 2 horas más o menos, un poco más hasta la...
a veces soy un turista y estoy buscando por propiedad en Colombia para vivir en tu país, si es posible.
Canadá es bonito.
Sí, muy bonito, sí, pero muy frío ahora.
Ay, pues claro, están en invierno, ¿verdad?
Sí, exactamente, invierno. Hola. ¿Eres hermanas?
Amigas.
Amigas, bueno.
¿Cómo se
You are super intelligent, yes? ¿Sí me entiendes? Dije, tú eres muy inteligente y ella dice no.
¿Y su nombre?
Tomás,
Tomás.
sí.
¿Y en inglés? Tomás. Tomás, porque el nombre
Muy similar,
propio.
sí. Thomas.
¿Tomás?
Aquí Tomás.
Tomás.
Sí.
Tomás.
¿Y tus nombres? Your names?
Tu gender.
¿Cómo?
Tu gender.
¿Tu gender? Es un nombre muy diferente.
Es
Diferente.
que eso es como un simbre. No es un nombre, sino un simbre. Es algo como espiritual.
Oh, interesante.
Cada persona tiene un ser por dentro.
Very interesting, muy interesante. ¿Y tu nombre?
Sofía.
Sofía, más fácil. Very, more easy. ¿Y tú? Annie?
Angie.
Angie. No es corto por Angélica, solo Angie. Angie. Bueno, very nice to meet you. Mucho gusto. Very nice to meet you. Es mucho gusto. I think that's about it. So I guess I'll sign off and say I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing.
God knows I don't ask you for much. Now come on, please, Jerry, I'm begging you, please. Come on, please.
And until next time, remember, there's no you in Colombia, but hopefully you can find yourself in this beautiful country someday. So until next time, hasta las tacos. Ciao.